Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Claire. So, just wanted to drop in here and give you guys something fun to think about. So, you may have heard me mention this before. It's something that I think about like every month or two. It comes into my head, and I just think it's a brilliant exercise. So, I know I've spoken about this before. So, a lot of us work on doing gratitudes. I know I've done that like in my journal. I write all the time the things I'm grateful for, and there's so many things. I'm grateful for my husband and my life and my health, my family, my friends. But if you're doing that over and over again, sometimes you kind of like lose the connection to it. At least I did. I wasn't really feeling the gratitude as much. Sometimes when I meditate, I do, but I was kind of losing that when I just write it down. And the other thing is, a lot of us are feeling stuck. I speak to a lot of people who feel stuck where they are, whether it's with a relationship or their job, something they're struggling with, a habit. I work with people trying to break the habit of drinking, maybe. Or over the past year, with everything that's gone on with COVID, you may feel like you're in this place where you've been stuck. So this is also helpful for that. So my husband and I used to watch this television show. I don't know, maybe it was like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't even remember the name of it. But basically it was the guy from Will and Grace was in it. Eric McCormick, I think his name is. Anyway, so there were like 5 or 6, I guess, beings that came down onto Earth. They were from the future, and they came and they inhabited people's bodies who, like, at the time, these people were just dying. And what I always think about that I found was so interesting about it is that they didn't know whose body they were going to go into. So they like arrived and they were in this person's life, right? So one guy was in the body of a very old man, and there was this woman who clearly had a strong personality, and she got dropped into the body of another woman who was not taking care of herself. She arrived in her house and saw that there were like fast food wrappers all over the place. Her home was messy, and she was in a relationship with this guy who was a total jerk. He was abusing her and nasty to her. And this woman like looked around and she was like, "What is this?" And she immediately like cleaned up everything. The guy tried to be abusive to her, and she like kicked him out. She got herself in shape. So I think about, that was a long buildup, but imagine if you just got dropped into your life and you're looking at it from this new perspective. We often don't really see what we have so much anymore because we're just used to it. It's like this habit. We're like doing the same thing over and over again. We're just used to the situation we're in, which is often why we wind up feeling stuck. But imagine you just got dropped into your life. Would you be excited? So I know if I just like dropped into my life, I actually would be really psyched, right? I would be happy for my health, the way that I'm in shape, for my husband and my house, and like so many things. And when I think about it in that way, like, oh my God, I've like won the lottery. Like I'm so excited about where I am. And then I think, maybe I feel like, oh, I've been stuck over the past year. But then I ask myself, well, what if I got dropped into my body 3 years ago? Right? That was when I was still drinking and wanted to stop drinking. I'm so happy I'm where I am now and don't have to go through doing all that work, right? Like I'm so thankful to myself for getting me to where I am. And over the past year, maybe I think like things have been a little stuck, but actually I've done a lot. If I dropped into myself a year ago, I've gotten a new certification. I've met so many new people over this past year online, through this certification program, through networking, through that new app Clubhouse. Like so many things have actually happened. And when I look at it from this outside perspective and think like, wow, I got really lucky dropping in here. The other thing is, if you're in a place where you think like, ugh, like if I was dropped into my body 3 years ago and thought like, ugh, I'm like dropped into this person's life who's like drinking more than she should be and she can't stop. Well, I would look around like that woman who came into this other woman's body and her life was a mess. And she was like, I'm not having this. And she cleaned up everything. Look around at your life. If you're struggling with something that you're not happy with, what opportunities do you have to really take charge right now and start making changes? Right? So if I think back to myself 3 years ago, I would say like, well, I have the support of so many people. There are so many resources out there for me to help myself. I'm like healthy and able, capable to make change. And I just have to make the decision to actually do it. So look around. If you're not happy, if you want to stop drinking, if you want to lose weight, whatever it is you want to do, get your shit together. Your house is a mess. Your life is a mess, and that you think you're in a relationship you're not happy in. What can you do about it right now? If you just dropped into this life and looked around, would you be like, what's going on here? I'm going to straighten this thing up, right? So think about it that way. I don't know. I think it's fun and it gives me a different perspective. So I hope that helps you guys. Let me know what you think. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.